You know, it kind of takes one to know one, right? It takes someone who knows. Guess who just got pitched by Melaleuca, the wellness company, at work by a coworker? Will be this person on the anti-MLM Reddit thread here, and they said, just got pitched, Melaleuca at work, by a coworker I considered a reasonable person. And then some blasphemous expletive after that, which I'm not going to repeat. Alright, so mentioning of reasonable person. Now let's define what that is according to the book How to Solve Your People Problems by Alan Godwin, which pulls from Proverbs. And I'll have that link in the description below, as well as some other resources to help with personal development. A reasonable person, just to get started, building context here, is a person who values truth and seeking understanding and focuses on solutions. An unreasonable person is somebody who is just focusing on being right and winning and focusing on the problem and avoiding taking any personal responsibility if it involves their own personal wrongness. So let's see where this person lines up. Okay, they said, she pinged me on Skype because she saw me using fiber the other day, and before I could say anything, she was over at my desk with samples of her fiber and started pitching the whole spiel. Alright, immediately it sounds like this person could have gotten some sales training and pre-qualified a little bit better as to, are you open to using something natural? Are you open to trying a sample? You know, that's after they've identified what their need is, what health priorities there are. I mean, there's a number of things questions that should have been asked by the distributor or the Melaleuca rep, however you want to call it, and that is immediately what I see here, which is partly why I do videos, to build awareness on best practices, again, and mistakes to avoid. Then they say, because I'm of course in a professional setting and she's a coworker of mine, I was polite and played along, but now I feel way stuck. Alright, so now that's a communication opportunity. So if you aren't interested in something, it takes communication skills to be able to say, hey, I'm not interested at this time, or hey, can we talk about this another time, or, you know, that's more of a postponement. But yeah, if you're not interested, just say you're not interested at this time, maybe in the future, or hey, I'm open to talking about it, but not at work, or, you know, just something that lets them know what you're actually thinking, not just, you know, people pleasing and playing along. Then they say, she gave me a few samples to try and asked me to report back to her. I hate that I am now put in a position where I'll have to let her down. Dang. First of all, watch your mouth. Okay. Gently, of course, in parentheses, and tell her I'm not interested. Okay, so that should have been, again, on the front end, but I get it. You know, in the heat of the moments, we're not always able to do that because we don't want to, you know, seem like we're giving somebody a hard time, or we don't want to rock the boat. I get it. Okay, then they say, it just sucks that these huns put us in this position. So they're reaching out to the anti-MLM thread and they're like, look, we've been put in this position. Okay, well, we can't communicate what's on our mind because we don't have the skill set. And the other person has some opportunities with training, which I'm not going to point out either. It's just their fault, not mine. That was the translation of what was really going on. Okay, then they said, it's so wildly uncomfortable and ludicrous that it even happened in the first place. No, it's not. It happens, and it's important to have skill sets on both ends and realize what those skill gaps are and maturity gaps are and insecurities are. Own them with regards to our own, and then go from there. That's what it should be focused on. If we're being reasonable, because that's what they... I wouldn't even consider reporting her to HR, either, because there will already be enough damage done to our relationship when I decline her inevitable invitation to join her downline / be a customer of hers. Pretty Okay, reasonable people don't be cussing like this, okay? I'm just gonna be blunt now, alright. That I'm going to lose a work friend over some dumb overpriced toiletries. MLMs. Wow. I mean, just tell us how you really feel. Just get it off your chest, give a piece of your mind right all up in here. I mean, good night. I mean, good night. What is going on here? Well, yeah, they were able to vent and rant, you know. So just from their language and what happened, there's opportunities on both ends, from the Melaleuca distributor or rep to this person who felt that they were uncomfortable or maybe pushed some samples and communication strategy or communication skills that could have been used. A simple, hey, thank you for coming over and offering samples, I'm not interested at this time, or hey, could we talk about this, another time when we're not at work, or hey, something that, if you're truly focused on being reasonable, then it's seeking truth. Like, hey, what are the pros and cons of your business or products? I mean, you wouldn't ask it that way. You just like, hey, yeah, maybe we could sit down over coffee or something and you just tell me about what you're offering and I can see if I have a need for it. And we can go from there. And then you can see how pushy they are, or see if they really understand the products, or if they really use them themselves. And I mean, there's a lot of stuff, but you have to have training to be able to recognize that as a prospect. I mean, that you have to have sales training, even though you're not in sales, in order to appreciate when somebody sells in a way that helps you feel comfortable and is more natural and pre-qualifies you better. It kind of takes one to know one, right? It takes someone who knows how sales works to appreciate when sales is done in a way that is value added, right? Whether that's a car salesman or used car salesman, real estate, financial advisor, network marketers, selling people on the idea of where to go out to eat. I mean, it's not just products and services, it's ideas. We sell ideas all the time. People can turn us down or shoot us down at any time, where to go to vacation. That's an idea, and you can get shot down with that if you're with your significant other, husband or wife. I mean, it happens, right? So I think, again, looking at the bigger picture and trying to understand things in different ways, which is the purpose of this, perspective, right? There we go. Other than that, that concludes today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click the like button if you did. Share this video with somebody that would benefit from it. And most importantly, check out the links in the description below so you can read this Reddit post, as well as some of the comments, and gain a little bit more insight as to what people are going through. And again, pull best practices or mistakes to avoid from it, ideally. And I do have some additional resources in the description area below, so you can focus on personal development if that's something that you value, through some other resources and books that I have read myself and just recommend to other people. And other than that, I will see you in the next video.